Nuts on.
Yeah. I just want to see how far this is, how far we got to sand down to there. All right, so we're here today on the 66. It's got to go in first.
Yeah.
And I was sand this down some. It's got a burr on it. Let's sand that down. You got like some 1,000, I mean not 1,000, like 220. All right, so first off, you want to get you some, this is polyester tape. I don't even remember if this expensive or inexpensive. You want to run this, I could put it right on the edge. Now that's how you know if you got a good paint job. Because when you stick tape on there and the paint come off,
Did something wrong.
something happened. Somebody that was helping me who didn't scuff right.
I really didn't.
No, I'm just joking. But yeah, but that's how you can tell the paint come off. So anyway, I might have to run 2 lines on here, but one right on the crease. You got a razor blade? Sharp razor blade.
Just one
A new razor blade.
I have several.
I could come on down here with this. All right, so this polyester tape, when you wet sand to this, and the easiest, when you wet sand, and the easiest places to bust through is on these seams.
Mm-hmm.
And don't start taping down there, and you know, because that way it won't get into the curve. So keep it up and let your top finger do the taping. There you go. And press it down real good and where it won't come back up. Yeah, and then go all the way down with it. You could just run a line right over the top of see that? Right on top of the hole. Yeah, we ain't worried about that hitting the ground. And then what I normally do, okay, I know I want this to end about right here. I normally pull this back, and that didn't work out because I left a little bit there. And then, you know, if you want to, you can run across like that. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Then you can run from here to here. You know, I don't do that, but, you know, just to make sure you don't bust, because you can bust through on these edges too.
Okay.
So if you worry, just run just right across the top of your holes and on the bottom of your holes here.
Okay.
Right on the outside of the holes.
Because you're not even going to wet sand in here, right?
I wouldn't even wet sand in there. Why?
Yeah.
Unless it's a mind thing. Oh, I want the whole car flat. You know how you Buick Bobs are.
Yeah.
But you could sand in there, but then see, honestly, when you get the buffing, going over these holes is going to tear up your buffing pad too.
Mm. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The buffing pads are expensive, and you don't want to be tearing up your pad. You know, even though I got a smaller buffer that you could stay, but you have to be careful. But no, why? The lure is gonna cover that up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna see that.
Yeah, so,
Fine.
all right.
Less work you gotta do.
Yep, so I'm gonna let you finish taping that up and let you wet sand and before I leave you here. Along all of these things, so new razor blade. The razor blade is dull. But anyway, so alright, so after you get all of that taped up, so what it is when you wet sand up to here, this will stop you from breaking through, because that's the easiest place to break through on is on the edges. So I'm gonna come through here now. I always put the sandpaper in the water a little bit before I get started, and it softens the sandpaper up.
Okay.
Alright, so you want to start with 1,000. Now you got so much to do here. This is just to show you how to do it, but we are going to do around the lures while I'm here today. But this is just to show you what we're going to do here. So now see, I'm sanding. I can sand right up. I ain't got to worry about being careful on this edge. On the bottom edge. I can just sand, and I ain't got to worry about breaking through on those edges there. Okay?
Yep.
So, alright, so my block here, and that's gonna, it's just, you can do that, or, either, remember we was down at that show in Illinois and I brought these towels? They microfiber towels. Real good for wet sanding and doing wet sanding and buffing and waxing and whatever. Don't want to let them hit the floor. If your towel hit the floor, if you drop your sandpaper, it hit the floor, might as well scrap that piece of sandpaper. Because you get sand or dirt particles on your towel or on your sandpaper, yeah, you can wash it off, but I wouldn't want to put it back in the bucket, end up contaminating your bucket.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Because that cause scratches in here, So if it hit the floor, even, if you wet sanding before paint, any kind of wet sand, you don't want your things to hit the floor. Alright, so what I'm looking for here is the low spots. So let me bring the camera in here. And wet sanding ain't that hard. Let me see if I can. Yeah, you see right in here where you still see the shiny little dots, like he pointed up here. That's what you're trying to get out. You want the whole thing looking flat like this. Like you see right in here. Can you see that? You see the roughness? That's all you're trying to do. It's just that simple. People think it's hard to do, like all through here. You see how it's still rough?
Yeah. Little dots there.
Yeah. That's all you're doing is flattening this panel out.
Going all that out.
Yeah. So I'm gonna sand with 1,000 by hand now. Either, oh man, I forgot the sander. Darn it.
If you need a DA.
Yeah, but mine is a hook it system. It's made especially for doing this. My God. See, I was trying to remember to grab everything. Anyway, you do it now. If you got 1500, you can get the same kind of hand sandpaper for sanding by hand with 15, but I use the DA system with the 1500, but you could do it either way.
Okay.
When I was younger, I used to like doing everything like this. It's best to do it like this,
Okay.
because it's going to be flatter, it's going to be just much better. But now that I'm old, I just want to get done with my cars, and they still going to look good, because most shops use the Hook It DA system these days.
Yeah.
But me, when I was younger and did it, now guys, see, remember that. Senioritism. When you got the senioritism going on, when you got that senioritism going on, you want to find better ways not to have to exercise. See that?
But you have to exercise.
I know, man, but I'll do it in other ways, trust me. But so anyway, I would come through with the 1500, the 1000, 1500 with the tape still on here. Then when I get to the 3000, and sometime I even stay on here with the 3000, but when I get to the 3000, I take this tape off, and then I can run my DA all the way over these, because it's not, let me show you that pad. All right, now also keep your pad wet that up some more. The more water the better. All right, so right now I just want you to concentrate down here. I want you to get this edge out of here. I mean, start in one area and work your way out. And then check your work periodically. Let it dry. Alright, see how that's getting the white stuff on there? Alright, so this is going to be your face that you're using. So then you wrap this around where now this is on the back side and you got a new part of the pad here. So once it's get like that, it's clogging up.
Okay.
So it's not going to cut as good like that either. Okay?
Yep.
Like I say, X pattern. Because when you go one way the whole time, you just cutting the same scratches. So when you go in the X pattern, you cutting across what you're doing. So it's time consuming. Like I say, you want to just work one area and then work your way out and away from there. So I'm going to just focus on this part that I'm doing, and I'm going to let you do the other side. So,
Yeah, that's the only area we need to do.
I mean, you can go farther if you want to, but you just starting, I would just focus, especially on the edges. Up here, it'll sand out. But see how I'm getting that out of there? It's like really where it is now, those rough spots, is probably going to be where
Yeah, the trim's gonna go.
The trim, yeah, you won't even see that. But if you want to just get that out of there, like I say, you got to use water though. You just work that area, especially the edges. Up here, you know, you can come all up through here, you know, like so. But when it comes to the edges, you want to focus on getting your edges where you're not really busting through, you know. Let me let that dry. This should be done. Then you'll start from here and come on down.
Okay.
Yeah, you might want to put another little piece of tape, but then again, don't worry about it right now. Just wait till you get to that area. All right, so that's flat.
Yep.
Okay, so then just focus on the edges first.
Yep.
All right, and then right here, you don't really need no tape because there's no holes there. You can just sand into this, you know what I mean?
If it did anything there.
I think she's getting excited, Bob.
Who's that?
What's the name of your car? What you name her?
Kitty cat.
Kitty Cat getting excited.
That's what John named her. Kitty cat.
Kitty Cat getting excited. Boy, I tell you, you better watch
I
out.
hope not. Now we gotta do up here.
So that around that line is all good now, right?
Yeah, up to here.
Okay,
Then
that's
we'll have
good.
to go this way, right?
Yeah. I still say you keep doing the same thing. You doing like this. Then when you come back this way, you way up here. You're not crossing back down here. You doing this.
Let me see what I'm doing here.
There you go. Come all the way down with it. There you go. There you go. There you go. I'm glad you're patient. Some guys don't like you trying to tell them nothing, but then that's why they never learn. You know what I mean?
I try to want to learn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you just want to make sure you're doing your X pattern across your same work.
It's getting flat.
That's all you're looking for. Once you don't see no more roughness, you're done.
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
How's that, boss?
Is it flat?
Getting flatter.
Your pattern is going better.
Ready to sand the whole car.
That's what I'm going to leave you here doing. I'm going to give you the tape. And I'm going to leave my bucket. I'm going to leave one of my blocks, even though I brought two of them. And then I'm going to come back on a different day with the 1500. Because you got a lot of 1000 to do here.
We don't want to. We got to do the whole car right away, or
Yeah, if you it's your sanding. If you feel like sanding, you can't. It only take, you know. I used to be able to block a whole car out in like 2 days. Block, wet sand, and buff. You know, it's on the individual. You know what I mean? Like, you can do the whole car. It's up to you. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's according to what you feel like doing. But what I was going to do today is I was just going to get both these sides knocked out where you could put your lowers in, your fenders, and go from there.
No, you won't be able to because you don't have the.
I forgot my sander. I thought I had everything, man. I thought I grabbed everything, but I didn't grab the DA.